Good morning, MMTs. What we are doing is we're going to show everybody what a high frequency algorithm does. That's a supercomputer doing the buys and the sells. This particular chart is Amazon.com. That means that this is a perfect way of showing you and tracking the high frequency algorithms that shot these things on the morning opening bell. The time is right now 6:45 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. And one of the things we're going to watch in these algorithms is what the cause and effect is at the price. That one is Amazon.com, and that is a high frequency algorithm. Now, having said that, we are also going to show you outside of Amazon that this is Baidu, B-I-D-U. And what we are going to clearly show that this is a high frequency algorithm that went straight right up. That means a supercomputer bought in milliseconds went straight up and now it's coming straight right back down exactly where that bot has done that, and this is on the opening bell. Now my MMTs and the rest of you people out here, you think you know what this game is about? You think you know what high frequency is? I rather doubt it. And we have it mathematically pinned, and we also did it on the opening bell. Now, in 2013, what they would do is do the supercomputer that bought this name and brought it right back down here mathematically, right where it started. And you can see 1, 2, a triple diamond back to support. That one there is on Baidu. Now, I'm also going to show Priceline, PCLN. And what am I going to show? A high frequency robot that does the buy and sell transactions within 17 minutes of that opening bell. Priceline. I'm also going to show what Google did. And they all have a similar pattern called a high frequency algorithm. That's where within milliseconds you can see how they gap that price, but they all have something in common. Once the bot, the high frequency algorithm bot, ran these to the high at 6:47 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, that means that the person or day trader or whoever could not keep up with these kind of movements in this algorithm. I'm also going to show Tesla right here, all on the opening bell. Big algorithm up. We come right down here. TSLA right now in the 20-minute opening bell before you and me and everyone else, and that is a reversal bot back to support levels. Not only that, Netflix is a short. I can tell you, you guys, each one of these lines are 51 cents. And just let me show you what the algorithm did, because the algorithm went up 11.414. That equaled $5.87 in dollar terms. And we are going to be shorting them as they set up from that opening bell algorithm. The human cannot transact it fast enough because our minds and our fingers do not work in nanoseconds or milliseconds, because they don't. And that's a perfect example as they all get set up. Here we are on that opening bell. This is a Netflix on that opening bell. Time 7:03. This is a high frequency algorithm that ran that in a trading bot system straight up to the very, very, very highs. And that it's the first algorithms that we've seen in the high frequency model on that opening bell as of 1/13 of 2014. Here we go. It's the primary example that the high frequency algorithm is pumping these stocks faster than what anyone could keep up with. And it's in the tape, and it is a monthly expiration. It is the 13th day of January. And it's very, very, very important that new MMTs see how strong a supercomputer can buy these within milliseconds and run them into all-time highs. As we can see at 7:11 in the morning, Pacific Standard Time, is how the high-frequency bot is working. Not only that, you can see it. The diamonds track what we call the supercomputer that does these buys and sells within milliseconds, and this has been a problem for a lot of people. You never know how far they're going to go and whatnot, but they will hit the wall of resistances at some point, and we are 4 minutes away from a 45-minute opening bell tape. Here we go at 7:23 a.m. We haven't even been open for the first hour, but we do want to show you MMTs how that short got in because Yelp had moved for quite a few days to the upside. The high was 82.08. We have a limit order out there to buy, and our limit order right now is 78.3, and you can see it very clearly right here. 78.3, 1,000 there, so we're going to have 2,000 out and several more thousand shares down there, and the math would say MMT. And remember, this is live before the fact. That three-quarter delta that we have a limit order just so happens to be $1.05 from getting hit. And we're going to take a look at the double bottom, and the time is 7:24 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Yelp, sharp reversal down. Just the opposite of those other algorithms is you have a reversal algorithm in the tape. Okay, one of the things that we have done here is that in the first hourly tape and 7 minutes into it, we can see how the algorithm here worked to a reversal side and how it pumped up and how the half bar on Tesla held resistance, and we're going to come down to a support level. We will update our traders at getting a limit order out there at 142.5, and it's currently at 143.92. However, the discovery in volatility is how the electronic bot system works and what these mathematical supports are going to be, and how that opening volatility here was a sell down on Tesla. Here is Yelp on that opening bell. It's referred to as a runaway gap down. And when we take a look at the 15-minute chart and the 60-minute charts and whatnot, Yelp had a great run. And on the 15-minute chart right here, we can clearly see where that 15-minute sell bar is and what these support levels are going to be. Yelp had ran straight up last week with an announcement that BlackRock has 11.5% stake in Yelp, and JP Morgan was behind the upgrades. So any new bull run has to have that pullback. All right, the time now is 10:26 a.m. and 4 hours ago we're about to open up, and we did. And what we talked about was high frequency algorithms that had taken place on that opening bell on January 13th. The time is 10:26 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, date 1/13. Let us not forget 2014. Algorithm, how to identify an algorithm bot to the highs, and then this one's on Apple and how they come down. Here we go on BIDU. Time is 10:27 on the opening bell 4 hours ago, is how to identify a high frequency algorithm on the open. That was a computer that was doing all those buys in milliseconds, then crashed, and we still had another algorithm that came back up within the high frequency bot system and then made the lows again, and that the bot system is going both to the long side and high frequency algorithms to the downside. As we can see, the high frequency algorithm on the opening bell, MMTs, is learning how to trade that high frequency trade, that algorithm that buys and sells in milliseconds on the opening bell, and bam, as soon as it got to the top, it makes a double top, and we've had a reversal. What a huge move in Netflix in the algorithm, and that unlike 2013, we're starting January 2014, where the algorithm now is working on both mathematical equations. LNKD also had an algorithm, but it started with the gap down. It was a reversal algorithm. We made lower lows on LinkedIn all day long. We were up here at $220, and we have gone straight down in a short algorithm and all the way down here to the bottom. So from $220 a share down to the 213.92 point, and there is the bottom in LinkedIn. And that is an algorithm, a bot system in a short side tape with LinkedIn. 4 hours ago, right to the minute, it's 10:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, and what do we have? Once again, a high frequency algorithm going straight up, pulls back, it makes the top, but the algorithm crosses to a double top, lower high short, and it's in play. And this is all within a 4 hour tape as of right now, and how that algorithm ran stocks up in a millisecond and what that opening bell volatility has been in the first 4 hour of the trading day. Tesla, on that opening bell, it too had an algorithm that went straight down for the short. It bounces. So algorithms work both sides of the tape. Whereas in 2013, mainly everything was a one-sided area. You would not get that algorithm going down. It would only go up, pull back a little bit, and stay up and break out all the time. Now the bull is dealing with the price volatility that they thought they would never have to deal with again. But I will tell you, in my 2014 forecast, there is going to be more volatility for both the bull and the bear, that the markets are due for a huge volatility year. High frequency robot. What does that mean? It's a bot that does the buys in milliseconds. That's what it looks like. That's how they've always looked like. This is on Priceline, and Priceline has pulled back. It's very choppy, but look at the breakouts that are done with high-frequency algorithms using a supercomputer to do that. 10:32 a.m., yes, 1/13/2014, an algorithm gaps the open, but the algorithm, high frequency algorithm, went straight down into the tape here on MasterCard, and that algorithm was crossing the bid just the opposite side of going long, and it was a supercomputer that was generating these sell signals, which we did not see. We only seen very little bit of that in the year 2013, but 2014 is here. If you want to find out more about high frequency algorithms, then get with who? StockMarketFunding.com. Yelp, 10:33 a.m., 1/13/2014. Algorithm goes straight down in Yelp, and that algorithm for the short side, you can see all the red bars in here, has brought it down here to a bottom at this price level. One thing that we will say, once again, both the algorithm in the bot system works. Don't forget that the Dow is down 109 points, and I will be doing a big presentation. Once again, we are also in the calendar earnings, and these markets are going to sell off. They were overbought from the year 2013, and that bull side volatility and bear side volatility is in play. Super algorithm, Win Resorts, on that opening bell at 6:30 a.m. Bam! Look at that. Was a bot system. Bam! Right up to the highs, and down we go, because that is a high frequency algorithm. These are done by supercomputers. The human can never keep up with them. Here's SETY. The algorithm, high frequency algorithm, was a short, half bar short, straight down to that bottom. Then look at where the algorithm, supercomputer, you can see by the diamonds right here. That is tracking that supercomputer bot system. And not only that, we're getting the short one, long one, short two. That means that the total dollar price movements are expanding in both one, to the algorithm to the short, to the algorithm back to the buy, and the algorithm back to the short. And that's where we're at in the trading range at 10:36 a.m., 1/13/2014.